Okay, let's be real for a second. Small talk, for a lot of us, it's just this necessary evil, right? It's that awkward, cringy hurdle you have to get over just to get to a real conversation. But what if we've been looking at it completely wrong? In this explainer, we're going to break down a really simple but powerful new way of thinking about it that could totally transform how you connect with people. All right, let's just dive right in. I mean, this analogy just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We tolerate small talk. We kind of suffer through the chit-chat about the weather or how bad the traffic was, just waiting for the main event to start. You know, that deep connection, the real talk. We see it as this huge obstacle, not an opportunity. And that's the big paradox, right? Think about it. Every deep friendship, every single meaningful relationship you have in your life, it probably started with some kind of small talk. Even your best friend might have been the result of some awkward, so what classes are you taking? It's just the universal starting point for human connection. So if it's so important, why do so many of us feel like we're just terrible at it? Well, it all starts with this fundamental myth we need to completely bust. We think the pressure is all on us to have the perfect, witty, or super clever thing to say. But you know what? That's not the goal at all. So this right here, this is a total mindset shift. The goal of small talk isn't about you performing. It's not about trying to sound interesting or, winning some kind of conversation contest. No. The real goal is actually so much simpler. It's just to make the other person feel like a human, to acknowledge them, to let them know you see them. That's it. It's that simple. And this is just fantastic news, especially if you're a little more on the introverted side. It means you don't need some cheat code or a script of pre-planned questions. You don't have to magically transform into the most charismatic person in the room. You just need to learn one simple technique. And that secret is something called active observation. Now, I know it might sound a little academic or something, but trust me, it is a total game changer. This is the one skill that can truly transform how you approach every single social interaction from here on out. So what even is it? Well, active observation is really just the practice of noticing the concrete, tangible details about someone. Their shirt, the book they're holding, their coffee mug, and then making a comment that invites a conversation instead of demanding one. And that word, invites, that's the key. It's all about being low pressure. The psychology behind this is actually brilliantly simple. First off, as humans, we are basically hardwired to want acknowledgement. We love to feel seen. Second, because an observation isn't a direct question like, so what do you do for a living? It's disarming. There's zero pressure on them to come up with the right answer. And maybe best of all, it takes all that focus and all that anxiety off of you. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's get practical. How does this actually look in the real world? Let's break down how this one technique can turn a super high-pressure situation into something that feels more like a fun game. Okay, here's a classic. You're in a coffee shop, you see someone reading. The typical approach, what are you reading? But see, that question kind of puts them on the spot. It forces them to summarize and justify their choice. It feels like an interview. So instead, try the observation. That book looks like it's been through some things. See how that's neutral and interesting? It just opens a door for them to share a story, but only if they want to. Or what about the introvert's ultimate nightmare, a party? Your instinct might be to just grab a drink and find the quietest corner, right? Well, instead, try a little active observation. You see someone with a questionable-looking appetizer. A simple, funny comment like, "Is that the chicken? It looks like it fought back," can instantly create this shared moment of humor without any pressure at all. And this one is just a perfect illustration of the difference between being generic and being engaging. Nice tie is a dead end. It's a compliment, sure, but it's totally forgettable. But zeroing in on a specific, unique detail, like these tiny little ducks on it, and asking for the story, that makes the other person feel interesting. You've turned their tie into a personal, engaging conversation starter. Now, there is one super crucial rule here. You have to actually mean it. This isn't about manipulation. It's not some trick you're pulling. It's about cultivating a genuine curiosity about the person right in front of you, even if it's just for a brief moment. Authenticity is absolutely everything. All right, so you get the concept. But how do you actually make this a real habit? How do you practice it so it just becomes second nature? Let's break it down into 3 simple, totally actionable steps. So first things first, you've got to train yourself to actually notice stuff. And that means, putting the phone down and just looking around you. Step 2, you practice turning what you see into just a simple neutral comment. And number 3, and this one is so important, you have to embrace the silence. Get comfortable with it. Not every little comment is going to spark some deep, long conversation. That's not the point. The point is just to open the door. It's totally up to them if they want to walk through it. Look, the most important point here is this. Do not overthink it. Don't let that fear of sounding weird or awkward stop you. You don't have to be a poet or a comedian. Your observation doesn't need to be profound or incredibly original. You're simply giving someone an opportunity to engage with you. That is literally it. And once you really get the hang of this, something pretty amazing starts to happen. Small talk stops feeling like this dreaded chore you have to do. It starts to feel more like a low-stakes, kind of fun game. You begin to actually enjoy noticing the little details around you and just seeing how people react. And that anxiety, it just melts away. And ultimately, this is what it all boils down to. This is the core takeaway. The pressure to be interesting is exhausting, and frankly, it doesn't even work. The real power comes from simply being present, from paying attention to the world and the people that are right there in front of you. That's what creates a real connection. So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. The next time you're standing in line, or you're at a party, or waiting for a meeting to start, instead of immediately pulling out your phone, just look around. What details are going to jump out at you? What will you notice?